I can still get exposure to Bitcoin. But fascinatingly enough, I know some folks that have bought the ETF, but now because of their ETF performance has done so well over the last year, they've actually transitioned to cold storage Bitcoin. So again, it's kind of get your feet in, get comfortable, understand it, study it, and then move on. But for me, what's fascinating is that I don't think people have thought out the progression something would need to take to become a global money. People analyze it all as the current status quo. They say, well, Bitcoin's not really used in medium of exchange purposes, not really used in everyday commerce. You don't buy a coffee with it. How many times have we heard that sort of FUD? But for me, like, think about it, Mark. Like, you need to go through a progression if you're going to have some sort of successor to the legacy system. You need to first get it in the hands of billions of people. You need to first get billions of people comfortable storing value in it. Then you need to get people finally at that point, you have to have a technology layer, technology stack that allows it to be used in everyday commerce. We have not even satisfied the first requirement, which is getting it in the hands of billions of people. If you can't get that store of value component up high enough, if you can't get it where everybody in the world is comfortable and actually prefers to hold Bitcoin, you're not going to get to the second layer of that progression. And the problem we have is a lot of TradFi and a lot of regular people, they only see it as the here and now. They say, well, because it's not used as a medium of exchange right now, that it can't ever succeed. And what you need to do if you're, a visionary, if you're trying to look to the future and trying to understand future trends, is you need to understand, well, that may be the case now, but down the line, if we get this into the hands of billions of people, why wouldn't they use it as a medium of exchange? Why would they continue to swap back and forth between dollars and other currencies and other fiat currencies? To me, it makes a lot of logical sense if you think of it that way. Think of it as a long 100-year progression of Bitcoin where we are at on the trend. And unfortunately, most people don't think that way. They think about the here and now, or maybe the next few years, and that's it. How could something that's just computer code online, how could that be broadly recognized as money and have value? And what I found myself doing is sort of engaging in all these intellectual exercises, experimenting with it. I remember sending Bitcoin when it was worth basically nothing, and just trying to experiment, like, why will this system break? And the real goal, Mark, was not to become a Bitcoin aficionado. It wasn't to be, a diehard Bitcoin cultist. The goal was to say, okay, well, this isn't going to work, but something somewhere down the line could work. And that fascinated me, right? I was trying to figure out what could work in this dynamic. But the problem, much to my surprise, that I realized is that, wait a second, this actually could work as a base layer money system. There's a lot of kinks we need to get out. There's a lot of challenges that it needs to overcome. But my mind attacks something and tries to pick it apart until I can convince myself of the truth of it. When I did that with Bitcoin, my reaction was eventually like, I actually think this might work.